Welcome to Coffee and Handicapping with Scotty from Del Mar, live from California. Here it is beautiful, about 80 degrees, perfectly sunny. I'm at the pool over at the Del Mar Hilton Hotel, and racing starts tomorrow. You guys looking forward to opening day? I sure am. Going to be with John Lees doing the simulcast feed, so you can get that by going to dmtc.com and watching me and John for about 30 minutes, and you'll see John throughout the day. And I'm also going to do a show every day of the week, but this is the show for tomorrow's opening day, and then I'll do a show on Saturday and Sunday covering Saturday's races as well as Sunday's races. Hope you guys are well. David, John, Sully, what's up, guys? There's Richard. John, I talked to John Lees for the first time yesterday. He called me. Couldn't have been any nicer. I mean, seriously, it was really nice. I'm sure I'm going to annoy the hell out of him, but he certainly didn't annoy me. He was great. Enjoyed his company. So in this show, I don't have coffee, but I do have Diet Coke. So I might have to get some coffee. I might leave you. You know how I am. Who knows? I don't know. I might start dancing. I might jump into the pool, jump back. You never know. Also, I'm doing a show tomorrow. What is that darn thing called? With Ray Pollock. Did you guys see that on Twitter? Go to my Twitter, @ScottyPick6. I'm doing a show with Ray Pollock. Michelle Yu is hosting that. And that is at 9 o'clock Pacific tomorrow morning. I think it's about 30 minutes long. And we're covering the San Diego on Saturday. And I'm competing against Ray Pollock. Yours truly. He didn't seem afraid. I think he's been doing it a while. So that's going to be fun. So we get $100 to spend, win, place, or show. And so I already have a horse. He's in trouble. I think Ray's in trouble because I have a horse that I like a lot. But you're going to have to wait for that tomorrow morning on that show. So go to dmtc.com. Also, I think if you go to @EquinEdge, I think we've posted that as well. Mike could probably confirm that. Hey, Dan. And Diet Coke and handicapping. Yeah, what's up, Brady, my man? Brady's show and Justin's show, Action Hours, coming up in about 3 hours from now. All right, so don't miss that. They'll be covering Saratoga, I believe, for Saturday. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what you guys are going to be covering, right, Brady? Can you believe it? Opening day tomorrow. Here, 10 things you need to know about Del Mar. I was looking this up. Okay, 1, if you don't have a ticket, plan on watching on TV. That's pretty harsh. You got to know somebody. I don't want to be getting a bunch of emails from you guys either saying, hey, Scotty, you're the only person I know. Can you get me in at Del Mar? I'll have to find out if I have any pool after tomorrow when I get in there. After parties. There's there's a before party that I'm going to tonight, and I get one guest, and it's going to be my daughter, Alexis. I'm bringing my daughter. Trevor Denman is back. You guys excited about Trevor coming back? I certainly am. And will this be his last year? I don't know. I kind of think maybe he's going to be done. Wear a hat because there's a contest. That's on opening day. And, yeah, I'll pass. Move on to the next. Know the day's races. Exactly. And we're going to cover the day's races, so you guys will be ready for that. Don't forget to memorize the lyrics to the theme song. Do you guys know that, where the turf meets the surf? Down at old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train, take a car. Yep, you guys know that song. And what else? Open an online wagering account well ahead of races. You guys already have 10 of those because you guys are. I'm going to be nice to you guys today because it's opening day at Del Mar. I'm so glad to be back. Last year was so damn depressing. There's margaritas on the menu, tacos and margaritas. Sounds like a show. That's our next show, tacos and margaritas. The Beach Boss is back. That's what I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm going to be opening day Beach Boss with Ray Pollock. And you can watch that. So check that out. You can go to delmar.com, dmtc.com. And what else? There are some new spins on favorite bets. All right, well, I got to catch up on that because I have no idea what that is. And that's it. 10 things you need to know about opening day, Del Mar 2021. Art, what's up? You have an extra ticket for free. Okay. Yes, Saratoga, covering Saratoga. What's up, JR? Where the turf meets your wallet. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully your wallet is going to expand. I don't have a wallet. That's the thing. So when I win, I just have to stuff all the money in my pockets, my jackets. That's how I do it. Gray Magician, 33% in race number 1 at Del Mar. Okay, so I've not handicapped at all because part of the theme of this show is so you guys could see how I handicap. Okay. Again, I'm over at the Del Mar Hilton, over by the pool. If you're here, come by and say hello. Make a guest appearance on the show if you want. Take a trip down here. I will be at the La Auberge tonight, up on the 2nd floor. There's a private party up there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. If you've never been to La Auberge, it's a beautiful hotel as well. All right. So here's the link. Okay, that's Mike just sent the link to the Beach Boss show, and there it is. Hammer time tomorrow. Yes, it is. I can sing. Listen, I don't think I would have the cojones to do it live, but I could do it. As a matter of fact, when I hosted the Kentucky Derby party over at the Monarch, a new restaurant here in Del Mar, you got to check that out. It's really good. When I did that, I got somebody to sing, and I mean, he was enthusiastic, and that was the first time. There was about 300 people at this party, and that was the only time they stopped talking, was when he sang that song, and it was pretty awesome. Also, Bob Baffert's kids were there for that Derby win. That was a lot of fun. I interviewed them before and afterwards, and we know what happened since. So the after parties. If you guys are down here at Del Mar, there are after parties everywhere. You got the Del Mar Beach, Solana Beach, a lot of fun restaurants and bars everywhere. Red Tractons. Which restaurant are you going to go to? Let's talk about the restaurants you might go to. What's up, Gilly? It's going to be fun. I might have to take this jacket off. It's just like the sun is right behind me, and it is hot. All right, so I have not handicapped. I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and I'll sort the GSR. Of course, you guys know that. I'll do that, but 33% on Gray Magician. I have a note on Gray Magician. New trainer off the claim, and then the horse came back and almost went gate to wire, going 8 furlongs. Comes back at the same distance. All right, 3 wins in 20 tries, 6 second-place finishes. To me, this is a horse that probably deserves a look in all the spots, but doesn't this horse kind of make you nervous? I mean, you've got a 4-length lead at the second call, and you end up losing by 2.5 lengths against a similar group of horses. So not my type of horse, but certainly the horse deserves a look. All right, and top Scotty pick as well, 33%. Dr. Troutman is the 2, second Scotty pick. And this horse also needs the lead, right? This one, but you know what, though? Gray Magician can rate. Almost went gate to wire last time out. I don't think this horse has the same class, though. I don't like how this horse stopped. But, and this horse does okay at Del Mar 3 times. One of the horses, but I think this race is wide open. So remember, I was telling you that if you actually eliminate a horse like this, then all of a sudden you look at this and this race looks wide open. And I think that's what we're looking at here. I think Dr. Troutman needs the lead, and if this horse doesn't clear, could stop. And even when this horse did clear, stopped against easier competition. So this is a big drop for Gray Magician, though, right? 56 SOR current race, 62 last time out. Can rate some. 5-1 in the morning line, 5-2 on the EE morning line. So probably a horse we have to look at. What's up, Keith? I don't have any after party locations yet, but I'll start doing some research on that and see what I can find. Coffee and Diet Coke. What I should go do is go get a beer or something. Diet Coke really doesn't taste so good. But the bar was just opening up, so I was going to get a drink, but I haven't yet. All right. I got to get in the mode of handicapping right now. By the way, the 2-horse Scotty Longshot wins at the Spa, and top GSR paid $25.60 as well. That's what you want to look for. Let's see what race that was. Dan, which race was that? Was that the last race, race number 9? Or was that this race? Hold on here. The Scotty Longshot won there. Scotty Longshot won there, 1540. These are really good signs for the Scotty Longshot if it's going to win like that. Are you talking about a prize play, Dan? What's up, Charlie? You're going to be there over at Breeders' Cup in November. I'm going to be here as well. Race number 6. What's wrong with you, Dan? Race number 4, then race number 6. The 4-horse, why do you think that's the Scotty Longshot? The 1-horse Positive Slew was the Scotty Longshot. Oh, it was the top GSR. It wasn't the Scotty Longshot, but it was the top GSR. Okay, I see. 25-60 over the top Scotty picked right there. So it's a 70. Okay, went off at 11-1. But you know what? Okay, look. Look at these win percentages. The top win percentage is only 23%, and it's not even in the top 2 Scotty. When you see that, I mean, you can make a call to like slim this down, but this is a wide open race. And more often than not, especially on the turf, these horses the GSRs do very, very well. All right. Hey, Gary. All right, back to Del Mar. We got racing from Del Mar tomorrow. And I'm just kind of procrastinating. This first race looks wide open. We'll just see if we can, sometimes what I'll do is I'll see, can I just find a single, right? I'll just look for that. So I'm going to limit it to 1%, 3% here with a 50-1 EE morning line. Sorted. Look at this, 11 points higher with this 2-horse Senate Chamber. A first-time starter. I mean, the horse has to be used. And by the way, I think Juan Hernandez might win the jockey title there. So watch Juan Hernandez for the entire meet. I think this horse, he could be very tough for the meet, okay? But also you're looking at a race where the top win percentage is only 20%. I mean, so you got to lean on the GSR, maybe lean on the Scotty Longshot as well. Get Back Goldie, a first-time starter. We talked about the first-time starters for Scotty Longshots. They're deadly. Doug O'Neill could have a good meet as well. John Sadler. I'm kind of looking at those two guys. Peter Miller always, for sure. So let's look at these first-time starters. These races are always tough. Bob Baffert. Do you think Bob Baffert's going to win the trainer title this year? You saw what happened to Naira, right? So he's going to be allowed. His suspension was nullified, so he's going to be allowed to train and send horses up in the Naira circuit. So you just hit the pick 5, David. Where? What's up, Florian? All right, so we got a first-time start. Bob Baffert, first-time starter, and this horse is the 5-2 morning line and 3-1 morning line for us. Top Scotty pick, only 10% win though. Do you find that kind of strange? I do. 10-horse Flash of Genius. This horse has run before. Now this horse is getting off of the turf. I think a first-time. I don't like this horse, and I don't think Baffert's horse has to win this race. Draws inside as well. The works are good, but all Baffert's horses' works are good. You won $5,000 right now, David? Really? How big was your ticket, David? I would really look at this Senate Chamber, the 2-horse, very carefully. 6-1 the morning line. By the way, you can trust John White. He's the morning line odds maker over at Santa Anita as well as Del Mar. And based on statistics, on our statistics, he's like right there with us. He's very, very good. So you can trust John. I think probably on first-time starters, you might rely on us a little bit more. But this GSR is phenomenal. 11 points higher for Senate Chamber. And Cliff Sykes can get first-time starters to win. Juan Hernandez. And this horse's workouts are sneaky good. And I'll tell you what I mean. So you come over here and you see, okay, this June 5th work, 5 furlongs, 35 of 37. Not even sure. And all of a sudden the horse goes 11 of 31, and then 9 of 30, and then 6 of 42. No. And all of a sudden goes 44 of 55, slows up. No. He already knows what he has. I have a feeling, and Pam and Martin Wygood, I have a feeling this horse can run. Watch out for the 2. Big GSR. You guys having fun yet? Ready to go? You played a $16 ticket. You played a late pick 5 and on $16 and hit it for 5K? That right? All right. This I got to see. You guys in a hurry? I mean, I have a deadline. You got me for about an hour and a half more, maybe a little bit longer. But I got to see. I got to see this late pick. What happened on this late pick 5? Saratoga started in race number 6, right? Okay, pick 5. No, you had to. It's not using the 4 on a $16 ticket. There's no way. So you had to have used that horse. How'd you get the 4? Single the 3 in the 8th and the 1 in the 9th. All right, let's see what you did. Single the 3 in the 8th. Okay, yeah, the system did that. That makes sense. 62% horse. Okay, and then the 9th. And then the 1 in the 9th. Okay. You singled the 1. Okay, top pick. All right, that's a great single because it was using 3 horses. So we'll do that. It's using 4 horses. Okay, so now I'm going to lock it and regenerate. And let's see what it does. Okay. Well, you did more than that. So that's one thing you did, but you had to have added the Scotty Longshot Dak Daniels. How do you like that? That's pretty good play on words, right? Dak Daniels. That would just mess me up. I could just picture like being on air going, Jack Daniels. Yeah, I would for sure mess that up. You know, Scotty Longshot might do well. Watch the GSR and the Scotty Longshot over at Saratoga this meet. Usually when we start off opening day like that, we had that, remember, at Oaklawn Park, not this past season, but the one before that. And how about Oaklawn Park starting in December? Pretty cool. All right, enough about Saratoga. Well, you know what? Whatever you did, David, you killed it. Good job. All right, going to get rid of Blue Diva. So we're just going to skip around here and see if we can find anything interesting, okay? So I put a note on this 6 horse. She's a trier. That was a 60 group, 8.5 furlongs. This is 9. B work coming this race. That's not important. And the GSR is a 71. 64 group last time out is getting easier here, okay? And you know how I'm always telling you watch the SOR? So look at the SOR for this race. It's a 60 group. Last race was a 64, but it's the same level. That's what makes the SOR so very, very powerful. You just added the 4 and the 6. So you only had the 1 and the 4? Is that correct? All right, this jacket's coming off. All right. Much better. All right, can you guys see me okay? I know it's kind of, how's that? That better? All right, so this Cristal, blinkers on first time. We can see that. Next race, blinkers off. They took them off. That didn't work. And this horse is facing easier, cutting back. The GSR says that's not going to be a problem. And this is an easier group. And the horse, when it faced a 58 going 11.5, barely won the race. I mean, 2 wins and 11 tries. What's up, Corky? Am I looking thinner? Thank you, Dan. What's giving it away? I'm not even trying. I don't think Florent Drew is riding here, is he? I don't think so. What's up, David? Yeah, good luck to you as well. And yeah, we're hoping to have a really good meet. I'm not really in the mood to handicap, but we're just gonna go through it and we're gonna figure this out because one, I have to give my picks for Del Mar every day, anyways, because I'm going to be on that simulcast feed with John Leese, and that starts tomorrow at 1:00. By the way, 1:05. So tune in. You can go to your ADW, whatever it is, and go on there, click on the feed, and you're going to see yours truly on there with John. So we'll be probably talking about a lot of things we're going to be talking about here, and we'll be doing that. I'll do it Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to do it tomorrow, and then every week after that, I'll do it every day that Del Mar runs, and we'll be doing it in the mornings, okay? And I'll definitely have my coffee. I'm gonna have to find a Yeti, right? I don't have one down here. I don't know why I didn't bring one. Going to Vegas. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys something here. This horse is gonna be really, really tough to beat. You got Rispoli and Baltus. Now, okay, so you see 48%, GSR is 73, that's good. But here's what's important to know. So we'll just look at the history. Grade 3 race, this horse only raced 19 times, 4 wins, 8 seconds, and 2/3. But here's what happened. He comes over here, the Buena Vista off of a layoff, gets fourth by 3.5 lengths. Then comes over in a grade 3 Santa Ana at Santa Anita and wins going away. That's a grade 3. So this is an optional, claiming 63,000 non-win is a 2 lifetime. Now, this horse, you might see a young horse that has potential that could beat a horse like this, and that's what we're looking for. But as far as experienced horses, going to be very difficult to beat. I mean, this horse lost the game only by 3 lengths, okay? So this 8's going to be awfully tough. I would only look for a younger horse. 3 tries, average. Look at this guy's already struggling at the same level. No. I'm already looking at this horse thing. In a grade 3 Santa Barbara, this horse didn't run at all. Not running, 2% horse. Disappearing act. Looks very light on the numbers. Barely won an optional, claiming 40. Non-win is a 1 restricted. That's not getting the pulse going, right? Quiet secretary. Optional claiming, restricted. That's another one. Not in the top 2. Scotty, not a Scotty long shot. Cristal. 11 races. 1 barely here, 4 back, and has just been kind of hovering around. Not many horses in the races. Can't like that horse. And that's the Scotty's second pick. Of that, no, 8's a single. Single. There you go. There's your single of the day right there. See how easy we did that? Single, 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 single. BE morning line 6-5, 73 GSR. The average SOR is 70. Everything lines up for this horse. Richard Baltus, Umberto. Horse is already trained here on the turf at Del Mar. You can see that work on July 13th, right? Coffee and whiskey. Yeah, I could do the coffee and whiskey. What's up, Aaron? Waist and my, oh, you saw my waist. Okay. Must be the camera angle. Yeah, probably. Hold on, let me suck it in again. All right. My mom told me I was getting too heavy. She's mean like that, What mother does that? Says you need to lose some weight. Can you guys see me okay? Like, I can't even see myself in this screen here. I don't even care what the horse goes off at, only because it's a single. When you don't overthink the singles. It's a single. There's nobody else. I don't see anybody else in the race. It's not too big of a field. There's 8 horses total. So, the horse is tactical on top of that. And actually could go gate to wire. Hold on here. No speed. The one's gonna go to lead from the inside. The one's gonna go to lead. Do you see the one going gate to wire? That's what you have to look at. Some horses, when they clear, they're awfully tough. I don't see that with this horse. I don't see it. Horse cleared against us. 8 furlongs. Okay, this horse went 8 furlongs. 2 back against a 66 group. This is a 60 group. I mean, the one gives you something to think about as far as maybe going gate to wire. Maybe. Never been 9 furlongs. Speed holds, by the way, at 9 furlongs. By the way, too, we've got some amazing gear right now. So if you haven't been to our store yet, go check that out. Some really cool, amazing hats. Some really nice shirts. I was going to wear it. It just actually came in, but I might wear it. I might wear it on Saturday's show, but there's some really good gear. I would just say this. Look, the 8 to me looks like a single. The 1 is fast on the rail. Tyler Bays is a really good jockey. Tyler's going to send this horse 100%. And the most likely the 8 will be sitting in second or third. It's just, can the 1 clear? I mean, the 1's going to clear, but can the 1 go gate to wire? I'll just, if you have the money, maybe you would throw 1 possibly gate to wire. Okay. All right. That's race number 3. What race should we cover? I'm liking the 2 and the 9. I can tell you, like, right off the bat. Right off the bat in race number 2. Scotty Longshot and the top GSR by 11 points. Anybody going to be surprised if this Peter Miller Ricardo Gonzalez wins? 14% in for the claiming tag. Did you guys see this? This is a $150,000 maiden claimer. When's the last time you saw that? What's up, Jeffrey? Jeff in the house. Interesting horse. I'll tell you what, Peter Miller likes to throw us off. He really does. But top win percentage is only 20% for a horse that looks like hell on paper. All right, let's go to race number 4. I'll show you guys a view of the pool. It's kind of... So that's the Del Mar Hilton. It's a nice hotel. And you know that everybody here is for the races. Everybody here. All right, race number 4. We got a 50 to 1 shot, 2%. I'm just eliminating that. We have another one, 50 to 1 shot, 2%. But here's the thing. Man, these races are tough tomorrow. If you can find a key single, oh, man, it's such an advantage. 3%, 40 to 1. But look, the top win percentage is 14%. How sick is that? And the EE morning line is 15 to 1 on it. Look at this. 5 to 1 on the morning line, but 15 to 1 on the EE morning line. On the 9. And it's not even the top 2 Scotty. The 10 horse square fun. And don't you forget. Oh, you want bikinis? God, you would ask for that, Dan. What's up, Tyler? My man, Tyler. Tyler was responsible for the golden hour, guys. Give Tyler some love. We love Tyler. Tyler knows how to use the ticket generator as good as anybody. What's up, Anthony? Tyler did a pick 6. Pick 6 or pick 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler. He did a pick 6, I think. And he had $100 to play with. And the system, it might have been a mandatory pick 6 over at Gulfstream Park. And he did a pick 6 for $100, I think. And the system used 4 horses in the first leg. And he got a tip on the 1 horse. So one of the horses the system was using. So he forced the system to single the 1, lock the race, and regenerate it. And I don't think he did any other changes and hit that for like 30-something $100. Right? Yeah, we're going to get some winners. Can you guys even see me? I'm going to try a different angle. Is that any better? I think it's a little better, right? Okay. GSR. So Gianna's Wildcat. And this is a wide open race. I'm going to have to turn this the other way because I can't see. Bear with me, guys. All right, that's better for me. I hope you guys can see me. I'm going to have to probably try to find something different for Saturday because there's no real light here. So I'm either in the shade or it's too bright. Okay, Gianna's Wildcat. Second time starter. Remember, the mean for the SOR is 50. So if you see a 54, that means it was a tough race. And the horse went off at 6-1. And remember, second time starters are brutal. They just are, because a lot of times trainers just give their horses a race. 2-year-old filly. Another thing that I've told you guys is, if you get a chance to watch the coverage, let's just say on TVG, or if you're watching on the simulcast feed, hopefully you are, at the Del Mar simulcast feed. If you get a chance to do that and you can see the horses, when you're looking at 2-year-olds, if you can't tell the horse is a 2-year-old, then that's probably a good sign that that first-time starter or second-time starter might run good, okay? So look at it from that perspective. Believe it or not, that's how I look at young horses, because it doesn't mean some of the goofy ones that are goofy on the track and stuff, they're going to win, but a lot less of the time, whereas the more mature horse will win. And then look for trip. Like a lot of times you'll see some of these horses that aren't as good win the races that have good post positions because maybe the favorite is on the inside, maybe the 1-hole, 2-hole, 3-hole, something like that, okay? So trip makes a difference. Picture's good? Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys. And I can see my screen too. I couldn't see the screen. So Amanda Rose, you got a second-time starter who got second place over at Pleasanton. Kyle Frey is down here to ride. I mean, the horse is only 4%, and the EE morning line is 50-1. 5-1 on the morning line, EE morning line. I mean, I've only seen one 50-1 EE morning line win. Only once since we launched the EE morning line, 5 or 6 months ago. Only one. I have to go with those odds. Have to eliminate that horse. I mean, we can't play all of them, so we have to eliminate something, right? You can tell they're 2-year-olds here, Anthony, because, well, one up here. See where it says this is state. The S here is state bred. So in this case, California breds, because the race Del Mar is in California. Maiden special weights, fillies, 2 years old. So these are females, fillies, of course, not mares, fillies, 2-year-olds, for a purse of $70,000. Nice purse. Okay, that's how you know. Males cannot run in this race. Oh, well, how can you tell if they're fillies? Well, if it's a filly race, you know they're all fillies. That's how you tell. Are you being funny? I mean, I guess you could look to see if there's anything protruding from them so you can decide whether they're a male or not, but males aren't running in female races. So that's one way. I mean, this is not anatomy. Anthony, this is a different show. It's not health class. I just don't know how to help you on this one, Anthony. Maybe the 9 Corky. Let's look. Abita, first-time starter. Craig Lewis, Juan Hernandez. Craig Lewis can train. So let's see if we can find anything sneaky here, okay? The works are completely average. Completely average. 15-1 on our morning line. And then all of a sudden this gate drill, 11-37. It's such a tough one. There's nothing in here that shows me anything, honestly, but it doesn't mean this horse can't run. Juan Hernandez jumps aboard. What's the Clubhouse rides? Yeah, Tyler. So I believe, well, a filly is all the way up to is a filly up till age 5 or up to age 4? So for sure a 3-year-old's a filly. And is it 4-year-old where it stops and becomes a mare? I want to say a mare is I want to say 4 and up. I think fillies are 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, but I could be wrong on that. Craig Lewis does not usually work his horses that fast. No. Very good. He is wonderful with first-time starters, though. And that horse has a 14% number. And I'm guessing that our morning line is going to be more accurate than John White's, I think. So you might get, I think it maybe be in the middle. You could get 10-1. This is an absolute grab bag. Jessica Pfeiffer gets off of 3 horses, the 11, 12, and 14 to ride Gianna's Wildcat, a second-time starter. This horse was 5-1 against a pretty good group of horses. Interesting. Filly is 3 and younger. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. 3 and younger. All right. So we think we found a single already, right? In the 8 in race number 3. I'm feeling pretty confident that maybe you could get by with the 2 and the 9, because I think that the 10 and 4 don't have to win. I'm a little bit worried about Peter Miller's horse. A little bit. These works are actually pretty good. Look at 3 of 24 here going 3/8, then 10 of 31, 3 of 39, 12 of 30, 11 of 42. I mean, and then just a maintenance drill here going 6 furlongs. Like, what's that all about? That's just putting air in the horse. That's all it's doing. I mean, I don't know that you would do that unless you really liked your horse. He probably likes his horse. In for $150,000. You think anybody's going to put a claim slip in for that horse? Respect the code. Honor by honor code. 14% as well. I mean, and he used, don't get thrown off by Gonzalez being on this horse, because Peter uses him. What's up, Jay? At age 5. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. At age 5, they become mares. That's right. A gentleman just stopped by and gave me that because, yeah, it's at age 5. So Google had it wrong. You can't trust Google all the time. And very nice gentleman had it. He said females are mares at age 5 and up. 5 and up. So, all right. Well, that was nice. That's when you get that positive juju like that, that means it's going to be a really good meet. I think I showed you guys the ticket book. We're working on the ticket book. That's coming along nicely. Trainer's Edge is coming along pretty cool too as well. You can see up here, Progeny Predictor. We're working on that. Some good stuff working. Settled. Let's see here. Indiana Grand race number 6. Could do a pick 4 for $50. Run that. Save the ticket. Your ticket has been saved. Go over to ticket book. And there is a, all right, so they're testing. There is the Indiana Grand ticket. $48 ticket. And then the results will kind of, they'll pop up as they're coming along. So that's coming along really nicely. You became a mare when you got married? Yeah, I hear you, Jay. How long have you been married? Anthony, you're going to be in Vegas. I love it. All right. No, a mare is a mare is a mare is a mare. It has nothing to do with having a foal. I became a gelding after my second child. All right, we got to get. I told you I wasn't very focused right now. I got to get focused. I think I found a single though, but I also feel like this quiet secretary could scare the crap out of us as well. All right, I'm going to pass on race number 4 right now. That race is an absolute grab bag. I'm going to get rid of these 1% horses. Here's a horse that's 6-1 on John's morning line and 12-1 on ours. I can just tell you they don't win very often, and this horse could get scratched because it's on the 13 hole anyways. I'm going to assume that the 13 and 14 are going to get scratched, and even if they don't get scratched, I'm not going to like them from that post. I don't imagine. So I think that's all going to change. So I'm going to take a risk and go like this, okay? Looking to get even, troubled trip. All right. Troubled trips. This horse bobbled tight. So you see a pattern with this 8 horse having a troubled trip. Umberto Rispoli. Who's going to show up? Who's going to show up as far as Umberto's concerned? I don't know. Flavian Pratt gets off the 8. He gets off of the 8 to ride the 6 horse, who's the top win percentage, top Scotty pick. Take Me by the Hand. Isn't that a song? Okay, so Jeff Mullins. So a couple things to consider here. Flavian Pratt gets aboard. I would put Flavian aboard as well, but Jeff Mullins' live horses usually have Tyler Bays on them. That's one. Horse really hasn't had much of a layoff considering it's coming in first time here in the States. Had the 13 hole, got second. Ran good. 3-year-old facing some older horses. Faced 3-year-olds first time out. No workouts on the turf. And the GSR is a 61. Let's look at the GSR plus. I'm breeding's okay. Is Tyler in this race? Tyler is not in this race. So what do you do in that case? I think Phil D'Amato is going to have a really good meet. I don't think you can leave anything out. Warren's Candy Girl. You know, these horses, Clubhouse Ride, Craig Lewis. I mean, this horse got impeded and pulled up last time out. So throw that out. And prior to that, this horse had 4 straight second place finishes. Almost trouble in every single one of them. What was interesting, though, is this horse is not the best breaker. I mean, she is causing her own issues, draws the 11 hole. But look at this race 2 back. In the Cal Cup Oaks, as a maiden, this horse comes over and breaks last and loses by a length. I mean, you leave this horse out, and this horse is going to beat you at 10-1. That's what's going to happen. Hard read. I can't imagine. Here, look at this horse. Looking to get even. Another one that causes trouble for herself all the time. And look at her. You know, I know we're all stupid. Look at this. 4-year-old filly. So this says 4-year-old. So yeah, 4-year-old is a filly. So the gentleman brought up, said the horse becomes a mare at 5 years old. 4-year-old filly. There you go. And look at this horse. 7th, 5th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th. Is this a horse you want to key on? And also Flavian Pratt gets off the horse. But Umberto Rispoli, is he going to give you a bad ride or is he going to give you a great ride? You know what I mean? Like, who knows? And maybe the 6th horse needs the race. Hard read. And then if you get past those horses, look what you're looking at. I mean, look at how tough these races are at Del Mar tomorrow. Tyler's on the 13. Okay, hold on here. Who's going to most likely get scratched for Shelby Ruiz. Ran good last time out. I mean, these are tougher. That was a weaker field, sprinting. Certainly has the breeding. I mean, it's the Scotty long shot right now. I'm guessing it's going to get scratched, but we'll see what happens. All right, so we were able to eliminate a few horses. We'll just go with that for now. And we'll go on to race number 6. So we'll have to. So you know, I'm always talking about how I'll do like 2 or 3 different rounds of handicapping. That's what we're going to do right now. There are 12 slots in the gate, right? No, there's 14. I think. I want to say there's 14. All right, 1%, 20 to 1, 2%, 20 to 1. Top win percentage, look at that, from the 12 hole, 20%. And also top Scotty pick. I mean, it's going to be a doozy tomorrow. This is going to be some prices. You have to grab on to any single you can. So my strategy is going to be, where can I find a single? Look at this race number 7, 20% top win percentage, 10 to 1 on the morning line, 10 to 1 on the EE morning line. And that's the top win percentage. 7 horse perfect. I might lean on the Scotty long shots or Scotty picks and Scotty long shots tomorrow. Might lean on that. Flavian Pratt's aboard. The GSR is higher. So here's the thing. This horse ran really good. 2 back going 6 furlongs, but had no speed. Here's the hard part about playing a horse like this. When you have a horse, they're going 5 furlongs here. The GSR is okay. The problem is this horse showed no speed going 6 furlongs and now has to cut back to 5. There better be a hell of a speed duel for this horse to win. But Flavian Pratt gets off of 3 horses, the 3, 4, and 8. So first thing we want to look to see how he did. He ran good here and still gets off this horse. The 4 horse Superman Shack didn't run so good for Peter Miller. And the 8 horse Jamming Eddie. Jamming Eddie getting easier here, but gets off of that horse. That is such a tough call. I mean, and that's what this race looks like, right? But it wouldn't be a horse I would love. But look at this. Phil D'Amato and Pratt are 35%. But this horse has no speed, going to be coming from way back. I mean, from the clouds, this horse is going to come. And he will be coming. I believe that. This horse needs the lead. It looks like that. Oh, maybe not. This is a player here. The 9 horse, Commander Kai. I don't think you're getting 10 to 1. And by the way, watch out for Joe Bravo this entire meet. I would Joe Bravo on the turf is phenomenal. Watch out for him. And he's on for Richard Baltus. Richard Baltus is going to win his fair share of races. I just think 90% of those races are going to be on the turf. Rispoli gets off the 7 horse to ride the 10 for Doug O'Neill. Horses won 2 races in a row. Cuts back here is tactical. Looks good. Looks very good. All right, listen, David, are you a good golfer, David? Like, what's your handicap? Because it could be something like, if you're good, then it'd be, you could match up with Caleb, who's like a 6 handicap. And me and Dave Weaver, are about even. We're about even. Dave, I'm looking forward to seeing Dave. Dave's working the first 2 weeks here at Del Mar. So I imagine I'll see him tomorrow. Haven't seen him in a while. You're at 3, David? Oh, okay. Well, that's perfect then. I would drive you crazy. I might surprise you, actually. Posterize. All right. I told you I'm struck. All I can think about is just going to the party and having a couple of drinks tonight and hanging out with my daughter, Alexis. But I have to be ready for the show. I don't know about you guys, but I like to pre-handicap for sure. But I don't like to really get into serious handicapping before scratches come in. Anybody else like that? I personally, I'm like that. Posterize. All right, so this horse, 56 group, went gate to wire. So it's really all about this horse getting the lead. But here's the thing. Going 6 furlongs last time out, 56 group, had an easy lead and still lost the race. This is a 64 group. That's 8 points higher. And that's also from the 11 hole, and it's only 2%. So I can confidently eliminate the 11. Oh, you would definitely like my apartment in Fort Lauderdale for sure. I don't know. I've never thought about that. Rent it out. I don't know. Oh, maybe a couple thousand a night, probably. Yeah, that doesn't seem like really a lot of money, right? The summer schedule is going to be, we're going to do this show. We're going to cover Del Mar racing on the day of, though. On the day of, okay? And we'll cover racing every day that they run. Every day that they run. Yep, I'm over at the Hilton right now. Eddie Haskell. I mean, this throughout the last race, steadied at the 4.5. That was against a 76 group Breeders' Cup Sprint, but it has not raced since 2019. And in for a 40,000 claimer. So, I mean, you don't know who's going to show up. Now, obviously, there was a tendon issue. And the reason you know that is because a horse like this is 10 wins, been in the money in 19 of 25 races for $628,000. I mean, but you're in for 40,000. There's a reason. It's a tendon issue, and they can come back to run, but they're never the same. This horse, if it won by 5 or lost by 10, would you be surprised? I have no idea who's going to show up. What this horse was years ago means nothing for today, but yes. Their breakfast buffet is good. Okay. I'll have to check that out tomorrow. All right. You guys kind of getting a clear picture as to what tomorrow looks like? What about this McWhirter? Only 6 races, been in the money in 4 of them. This horse barely won and hung on against a 56 group, and this is a 64 group. I normally lean against horses like this, against them. But are we going to leave anything out that Flavian Pratt or Umberto Rispoli is on the turf? All right, Anthony, we'll see you later. No doubt about it. That's a long layoff, though. Long layoff. Little Juanito, been off since October. And, I mean, this horse fits. Went gate to wire against a little bit tougher field, at least on the SORs. Oh, my gosh, this is a rough race. Superman Shack. Right now, I'm just looking to eliminate whoever we can eliminate. Who can we eliminate? This horse has been off since January. The only thing that I can see that this horse has done, it's 2% horse, Peter Miller, and who got off of the horse? Flavian Pratt gets off the horse, but the horse hasn't run since January. Peter Miller, but Cesar Ortega is hitting at 18%, but this horse won pretty much gate to wire against a 48 SOR group. Look at these works, though. I really do think this horse is probably going to need the race. And he's being protected right now by Peter Miller. God, I'll be surprised if this horse wins this race. Bedrock, the 3, is going up 8 points and lost that last race. But this horse closes. What if there's a big speed duel? Could you see a horse like this winning? I mean, this horse has shown no speed going 6 furlongs. I think if I'm going to take a horse like this, or a horse that's going to close, it's going to be the 7. So what I'm looking at now is tactical horses or horses with speed, and the only closer that I'm going to use is the 7. That's it. I'm not using any other closer. That's going to be how I'll play this. 12 horses really wide, and this horse isn't winning, and this horse is a closer and draws the 12 hole. I'm going to eliminate that horse confidently. Superman Shack, I'm going to say this horse needs the race. I'm going to get rid of that horse. This one's a hard one to get rid of. Training really, really good too. Bedrock, can't use a horse like this. All right, so at least we're eliminating some horses that we feel. The key to eliminating is feeling confident about your eliminations. That's the key. You know, I honestly don't know how the I don't know how the surface is going to play. I really don't. We'll find out after the first day, but yeah, I have no idea. McWhorter, the 10. I would throw a horse like this out normally, but the horse is in really good form and lightly raced and has Rispoli aboard, right? So a hard one just to completely throw out. Jamming Eddie, Tyler Bays. This horse, this is an interesting horse because this horse is dropping in class. And this horse has won its only start at 5 furlongs. All right, let's go on to race number 8. Freedom Fighter, all out. So my note in the grade 3, Gotham, was all out. This obviously, this is a horse who needs the lead. So we're and draws the inside post, and we're looking to see how much speed is in this race. I don't know how fast this horse is, been off, and that was a 42 group. I mean, and this is Scotty's second pick. Interesting. What's up, Judy? How are you? Adair. No speed. 6.5 on dirt. All right. Let's see. We'll do an early pick 5. So we're still, listen, as long as we can, here's the key. When we do a first round of handicapping, the key is if you can confidently eliminate horses, then you're doing your job. Then you get the scratches in. Maybe you take a break, you come back, you do another second round of handicapping. And that's totally fine. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. But let's run a pick 5 where we're at right now for $96. We know that the 8's a single, and it's actually singling that. So that's good. It's using the 6 and the 13. I don't think the Scotty Longshot's going to run from the 13 hole. I just don't think so. I don't think they're running more than 12 horses on the turf, and maybe not even 10. But this is what it's giving. So let's just say it's something like this. We go like this and lock it. Oh, no, let's not lock it first. Let's see if it adds another horse in the last leg. It adds the 8. It adds the 8. I mean, you can do worse than covering the top 2 turf jockeys, right? But what about this Brooklyn's Best? I think Joe Bravo, Richard Baltus, very interesting horse, who didn't break his maiden. I'm sorry, it's a maiden race. Let's see here. Bumped and steadied early last time out. And the GSR is good. This is a very interesting horse. I mean, very, very interesting horse. Aren't you a little frustrated with the 8? We talked about how this 8 never breaks good, has burned money as the favorite, right? We talk about this all the time. And now, but here's the thing. You got Rispoli, Phil D'Amato. But here's the thing that's interesting. Phil D'Amato rides Pratt. Doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he rides Pratt. And so for Pratt to get off of that horse is interesting to me. But leave out the 8 horse. Watch, this is the time the horse like this will beat you. But this horse has burned a lot of money. Really has. Yeah, it's dangerous. I want to hate this. I hate this horse, really. But I don't want to throw anybody off because then that's when this horse. But look at the way this horse breaks bad every time. 4-year-old filly. Brooklyn's Best, Joe Bravo. Watch for Joe Bravo. I think John Sadler could win this meet. I really do. Oh, good point. So the system's using 4, 7, and 10. How about Maldonado getting off the 3 and the 8? Let's look at this horse. Second time starter, coming in from Lone Star Park. I mean, Todd Fisher's a good trainer. The E Morning Line, 7-2. I mean, yeah. I mean, this horse could do well. 4-horse Midnight, it's using that horse, of course, and it's using the 10. Okay. So you could do something like this then. You could just use the 2 horses I like. You could. It'd be ballsy, but you could do it. I will do it and do something like that. I'm still not sold in the last race, though, but it's interesting that Flavian gets off of the 6-horse or the 8-horse. Very, to me. But here's what I do like. This horse, the 6-horse, has been around since May. So there's a really high likelihood that Flavian Pratt has been on this horse in the mornings. But no workouts on the turf. Does that not throw you off a little bit? It throws me off a little bit. I don't know. The best jockey to get a horse out of the gate, in my opinion, is Flavian Pratt and Tyler Bays. Yeah. Flavian Pratt and Tyler Bays. They're very good at getting jockeys out of the gate. All right. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in this first leg. So the system is using a lot of horses in here. And one, 2, because I did it my way. So it faced much too tough here at 62. And then, so you can see here, 1 at a 50 group, right? And then has not done good in this 56 group. It's the Scotty Longshot, but and throw the Scotty Longshot at your own peril, but this is not the type of horse I personally like. House Limit. So last couple of races not run. Prior to that was doing well. So since this horse has come back off a layoff, has not run well. That's a tough one. Tyler's very good at getting a horse out of the gate. I mean, this is a pretty big drop for this horse, first into $16,000, and I think the purse is good at $30,000, and I mean that's a big drop, and the horse seems in good form, and I like this work, a good bullet work June 30th. I would have preferred it if it was here at Del Mar. But let's see how this horse does at Del Mar. Record is fine at Del Mar, but this 5-year-old gelding's not the same. Look, in 19 races on the dirt, 45,000 earned, but at 8 furlongs, only 14,000 earned. Interesting that they're putting this horse at 8 furlongs, and this will be the 4 races in a row at 8 furlongs, right? So let's see here. Brooklyn's best is the 9. I think for me, I'm hoping for scratches here in this race number 4. All right, we got to handicap this race number 4 a little bit tougher. I'm going to assume the 14 is going to get scratched, but it's not using it anyways, is it? No. All right. A jockey who stripped nude and did all sorts of weird stuff? I don't know. I mean, I've known some crazy jockeys that I've hung out with. Pat Valenzuela's crazy. Iggy Puglisi used to be nuts. Great, great, great guy though. Love Iggy. Hung out with Iggy one time and I couldn't hang out. I couldn't last. All right. I'm really, I'm looking at this 6 horse trying to figure out what I want to do with this horse. I mean, is this horse, I like that this horse has been here a while. I will say that. I really like that. And I think I'm really liking the fact that Flavian Pratt gets off of a Phil D'Amato horse. I just who's a major contender. Just highly doubt that he would do that. This horse broke 10th though. Was bumped at the quarter, tight bumped at the upper. I mean, look at steady at the quarter, checked at the wire, 5 wide, steadied. I mean, here's the thing about Umberto. Umberto, like I said, he's either going to give this horse just a horrific ride, or he's going to get this horse home. But one of the handicapping tools that I like to use is if the best jockey can't get a horse to win, it's not likely that a lesser jockey gets the horse to win. But Umberto Rispoli is at 21%. Isn't it amazing? Would you have known he's at 21%? I feel like I'm angry at him all the time for the rides he gives horses. Flavian does. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get some long shots with Joe Bravo. Okay, so I'm kind of navigating through this as we're going along, but watch out for Joe Bravo on the turf, especially. Okay, Joe Bravo is going to get some scores and going to win. He is a master on the turf. If you don't know that about Joe Bravo, you know it now. This is an example of a horse that Joe Bravo's on that could win the race. That's the 6, especially. I guess, well, this horse can be in the money. I think the 8's a single, but this 6 horse, that was a grade 3 68. Throw that out. Then a 64, closed and flattened out, but that was off a layoff. So second race off a layoff. Oh, 6 is an interesting horse. Top layoff and Bravo. All right. I think we might have found something right there. So there's something to think about. Okay, but he is amazing on the turf. His timing is incredible. He's going to give Flavian Pratt and Umberto all they can handle. I promise you that. I think if we're playing an early pick 5, what we have to consider is what we do with this race number 4. Sometimes you just have to take a chance. He is fearless as well. Sometimes we have to take a chance. Dendera, a first-time starter. 49%. No. I mean, we know that this horse wants to sprint. Absolutely no question. No question. And the win percentage is 11% in a race, but this GSR is so low. You just have to believe. Like, you got 2 horses here, the 6 and the 10. And the 10 is the Scotty top pick. Doug O'Neill, Mario Gutierrez, Square Eddie. This horse could be tough. What about Don't You Forget? Coming in from Gulfstream Park. And the works are solid. Works are very, very solid. Flavian Pratt, Peter Miller. Flavian Pratt going to win a bunch of races? Maybe. There's nothing wrong with 50-year-olds. Flavian Pratt win 4 races tomorrow, maybe? Maybe. Because he's not going to be here on Saturday. Is he going to Saratoga? I'm not sure, but I didn't see him on Saturday's card. These are big GSRs. Big, and they've both only been 5 furlongs on the dirt one time. Well, this one went 5 furlongs. Went up at 5-1 in a very tough field. I'm not going to be surprised this horse runs good at all. 10 horse square fun. Runaway winner in that race. Wait, they come out of the same race? No. This was just a fast race. 101 and 101.67 is fast. 101 and 3. And this was a 56 group first time out. And this is not that strong of a group. Only 6% though, but the top win percentage is only, it's a first time starter. How about this first time starter? Clubhouse Ride, Craig Lewis, Juan Hernandez. I think Juan Hernandez is going to compete for the jockey title. I like that this horse has had a couple of gate works. See this? Here on June 16th and then also on July 8th. I'm not that impressed with any of the bugs out there right now. Anybody, any of you at all? I haven't really seen any that are impressing me that much. Abhida, Medea, a plane. Hey Tyrese, how are you? Is this actually real, Bill, or were you high at the time? Inquiring minds want to know. 11's a Scotty long shot. Tyler Bays, you're going to get some prices from Tyler Bays as well. Watch for Tyler Bays this entire meet. He might hit only at 15%, but he's going to give you prices every time, and Tyler can ride. Wow. Drayden's back. I think he was in Kentucky, but he's back. Mike says number 13 might be a player in race 5. Yeah. The Scotty long shot. Yeah. No doubt. Will the horse run, though? Shelby Ruiz. That's tough from that 13 post, right? Because you got to figure the horse is going to be out here. If you look at my mouse, right? And you're going to end up being wide. Seems tactical, though. But that's really wide. Really, really wide. You know, do you think any of us would have the cojones to single the 6 horse? Considering that the second best horse in the race always breaks bad? I mean, possibly. It's something to think about, right? And then you got this Brooklyn's Best for Richard Baltus, and Richard he's pretty good, right? I like this guy. He's pretty good. Richard's pretty good. So you got, and broke 8, bumped, steadied early. I mean, so the horse had trouble and still only lost by 3.5 lengths, right? Horse players are excited down here. You can feel the energy. One guy was a little angry behind me. I don't know. He was complaining about something. He was complaining about the hotel. He said it sucks or something. I'm like, is he talking about me? You received an EE email about the show and was giving it a like when I heard some strange noise. I mean, I guess you're being for real. That's crazy. Everybody okay? Brooklyn's Best is a horse I think you're going to have to watch out for. That was a very tough maiden group. That was 9 furlongs, cuts back. The GSR is great. So Baltus, Joe, and there you go. You got Baltus and Joe Bravo on the turf, and you have the favorite who's going to be the 6th horse who's been off since April, and we just don't know how the horse is going to run. To be honest with you, I like the 9 horse better than I like the 8 horse. Looking to get even. I do. And looking to get even every single time breaks bad. 7th, 5th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th. And you have a horse who was the overwhelming favorite in the last 3 races and burned money. Breaks from the 8 hole, which isn't a great place to break if you don't break good. You're going to lose a bunch of ground. Only 11% on our numbers, So yeah, I'm gonna say the 9 horse gotta be used. Gonna have to be used. I'm gonna leave the 8 out. I'm gonna leave the 8 out. God, but I'm not comfortable about it. Can I get another horse in there? Maybe. Don't you? I can tell you this. These are the types of horses that I always try to beat. And I'll say another thing about the 6 horse. You heard me say I liked the fact that the 6 horse has been here a while, and it has. Back since May. That means that the trainer, Jeff Mullins, has had plenty of time with this horse. And the fact that he puts Flavian on this horse probably speaks volumes. Probably does. But just in case, I have a feeling this horse is live. I would have loved to see a turf work on this horse. Look at this, though. Did get second in its first start, and that was from the 13 hole. Yeah. I think this is what I would do. And then depending on the scratches, hopefully some scratches work in our favor, but this is probably what I would do. And I don't, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like, Baffert always has a good Delmar meet, but man, I would just say this. Baffert's horses, I don't think Baffert's going to have the same meet that he had last year. I just really don't. I really don't. I don't think he's going to have the same meet. Yeah, so we wait for scratches and then see what happens here. All right, let's go to going to go to race number 7 real quick and see what we can find. Another race where the top win percentage is only 20%. McWhorter, we talked about this. Maybe race number 8. Let's see. Freedom Fighter for Bob Baffert. Flavian Pratt's aboard. Flavian Pratt might win 4 or 5 races tomorrow. Right? Yeah. The gentleman over here said I need my own TV show. I have my own show. I'm doing it right now. Yeah. I worked for TVG for 4 years. I know Joe know him very well. Yeah, of him. Yeah, I know of Joe very well. Yeah. Scotty McKeever. I love this place. Right, horse players everywhere. Race number 5. Brooklyn's Best. Yeah. Close. McKeever. So, yeah. See? I love this guy. That's right. Saratoga. See, this is why I have business cards finally. I never bring my business cards. Hold on one second. I'm going to give this show my card. I'm going to give this. Here you go. Hey, Joe. How are you? Good. I know a lot about you. You ready for Delmar? I'm ready. I'm
Joe, why don't you come down?
Joe, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go.
Right, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're fine. Oh, this is the website.
Yes. Sorry, guys. Man, sports players are so great over here. No, I'm back. So, all right. So we got race number. Let's cover race number 8 now. Freedom Fighter, Flavian Pratt's off the 5 horse. All right, box of chocolates. 56. Flavian Pratt is not getting off of a horse that just won, right? Just not going to do it. EE Morning Line's 15-1. No, that's a way you can scratch. The stats on first-time Lasix. Good question, Mike. You know, I've never run those stats. I don't know. I told you guys first-time geldings was only 11%, right? So, let's see here. 20,000 claimer on the 6 horse, not in the top 2 Scotty, 3%. 64 group in this horse. I mean, this horse is right. I mean, if the race falls apart, this is the type of horse that can win the race. Mr. Dougie's fresh. I got no money, 5%. And this horse says won a couple of races in a row. Won a starter allowance race. This is much, much tougher, but it's lightly raced. 3 wins in 5 tries. Hard to give this a knock on this horse. Mark Glatt. I think Mark Glatt's going to win his share of races. And Juan Hernandez, I think, is going to win the title behind Pratt. Those two. Let's see here. Exalted, the 4 horse, Peter Urton, Umberto Rispoli. I mean, this horse just raced in the Triple Bend, the San Carlos, and ran really respectable in both those races. This is a much easier group, and allowance optional claiming from grade 2 races. So this is a big, big drop. The E Morning Line is 5-1. Rispoli jumps aboard. I think the Exalted you have to watch out for sure. Yeah, so I would definitely include the 4. This horse just broke its maiden, barely got up. Now picture this. You're facing 46 SOR. You barely get up to win the race, and now you're moving to a 64. It's a very difficult thing to do. Some of these young horses can improve drastically, maybe, but I'm going to highly doubt it that this horse can do that. All right. Major Cabby, this horse. I mean, you can see you got a 58 SOR, a 60 SOR, and now the 64, and this horse is losing ground each time. This is the type of horse you can throw out. So only 6%, 30-1 on the EE Morning Line, out. Mr. Dougie Fresh. I can't say this horse can't get there if the race falls apart. The thing is, this is the type of horse that go off at 30-1 and win. Peter Miller takes over for this horse as the trainer, and the horse is like right on the cusp. Can you see it? So, just something to think about, considering that if the 3 horse doesn't win with Bob Baffert, and my note was all out. So this horse was all out in that race, but that was a 72. This is an 8-point drop. But here's the thing about horses like this. This horse, this horse needs the lead, clearly. And against a 50 group going 5 furlongs, the horse barely hung on. This is an interesting horse. This is a type of horse that I just don't feel like you can trust him fully, although this is a much easier group that he's facing. But maybe not easy to trust. I watch out for this horse. I don't know that this would be a single. Only 27% too. I don't know. Something about this horse I don't love. But is there no speed in here to go with this horse? Maybe not. Maybe no. There's no speed, is there? I don't know how fast the one is from the rail. All right, so we eliminated a couple of horses. Feel pretty confident about that. Let's go to race number 9. 4:30 Pacific right now. All right. We're going to eliminate that horse. Eliminate there. The 12 horse is only 2% to win. Flashiest is 10-1 on the E morning line, 2%. Again, look at this. We're seeing a theme here. 18% top win percentage. This horse is broke 9th, 7th, and 8th. So last in all 3 starts and still ran like this. Now, this is a tougher group, though. Leonard Powell, Abel Cedillo. All right, 54 group, won by 6.5 lengths, lightly raced. Yeah, this horse has a shot. Done nothing wrong. Wide open race. As well, you know, when you see the EE morning line only at 7-2, you know that the race is wide open. Flavian Pratt gets off of 3 horses, though, to ride the 13, who is also the top Scotty pick. And this horse is stretching out. So when I look now, the horse seems different, no question. I mean, this horse has run very good sprinting. Seems a different horse, doesn't it? This might be another single, actually. Only because the reason I say that is this horse went, look at this, over to Aqueduct. This horse went 6 furlongs against a 60 group, didn't run good. But in the last couple of races, faced tough groups and did it easily. So this horse is clearly doing very well right now. Clearly. Mark Glatt, Flavian Pratt. 13 hole, though. 13 hole, going 8 furlongs. Not a great place to be. The horse is somewhat tactical, though. Sometimes what you can do is look on the inside and see. Let's see here. I mean, okay, Dream Shake. So that you're talking about, wow. Lost the Pat Day Mile. Grade 2, 60 GSR. Let's look at the GSR Plus and see. I mean, nothing wrong with the turf breeding on this horse. Has better dirt breeding. So Crew Dragon, John Sadler takes over. And this horse only has 6 race. Look at this, 4/3. John Sadler could make a difference here, though. Umberto Rispoli jumps aboard on the turf. Oh, man. It's going to be so. There's some money to be made tomorrow if you make the right decisions. But you're going to have some races where you have a key single and you have confidence. Going to be key. I would really look at the EE morning line as well. You see a horse that's 50-1, 45-1, even 30-1. Maybe best just to eliminate that horse just off of that alone, especially if it has because you're going to, here's the key. You need to have horses you can eliminate. You need to find races where you can eliminate horses, because if you don't have that, you can't cover every single horse. So find an angle. I got more money, 6-1 on the E morning line, 6-1 here. I got no money. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with this horse. Went off at 20 cents on the dollar. Juan Hernandez and Mark Blatt. He's like Mark Blatt and Juan Hernandez. I mean, maybe they're going to win 2 tomorrow. Watch them carefully. I would also lean towards the GSR. So let's look at the GSR. 10-4, Exalted. So Kahuna Magic. This horse barely won for John Sheriff's. That's a really nice GSR. 15-1, but barely won against a 46 group, and now goes up to 64. And this is the logical spot for this horse. Non-winners of 1, other than Maiden, or Claiming, right? Seville Row, second time starter, been off since November. Won easily against an easier group for Bob Baffert. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is tough. And Freedom Fighter could just go gate to wire, and this is a big drop in class, no question. But this horse has been off since March. You think the 1 could go gate to wire, Corky? I think the 3 is too fast for that. I really do. I think look at this. You can tell this 3 is fast. You know, and the ones on the rail.
Got money to burn, so.
You know, so all right. Let's go to race number 9. We've eliminated a couple of horses there. Race number 9. GSR. I'm going to be leaning on the GSR. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, right.
So let's look at the 8-horse flashiest. I mean, this horse looks fantastic. What's up, Deb?
They're all over the country. Thanks, Saratoga Sunday.
Didn't you get? I thought you got an email, didn't you, Deb? We're just being casual today. By the way, too, you can expect a little bit of this, where we're just handicapping, not taking it as seriously. Okay, just so you know, because we're not covering live races. So starting Saturday, so we're covering today's races, and then Saturday morning, or tomorrow's races, excuse me, and Saturday morning we'll do a show. We'll cover Saturday's races, and we're just going to be just casual. I'll have my coffee, and we're just going to have a good time. Like nothing serious. Covering. Maybe you guys see something, I see something, and we'll look. And if you want to like branch over to, it's got to be mostly about Del Mar only because I have to handicap Del Mar anyways. So, but it'll just be pretty casual. Okay. Look at this race. Race number 9. The top win percentage is 18%. 8-1 on the morning line, 8-1 on the E morning line, and the 1 horse. Harbored Memories. This horse moved up after breaking its maiden against a 70 group, went up 12 points and won easily. That's a really, really good sign. Now is stretching out. Does lose a little bit of GSR. You're seeing a pattern here, right? I mean, this is crazy tomorrow. Dream Shake, never been on the turf. I don't like that it's dropping so. I don't like that it's dropping so much. I think this is a type of horse where you would try to beat it, but Joe Bravo's aboard. He's the real deal. But I don't like this horse's. I don't like that it's dropping from a 70 to a 60 GSR, but I do like that it's dropping from an 82 to a 68 in SOR. I mean, that's a tough grade 1, right? Okay, so oh, you've been traveling. All right, Deb. Well, we're glad you made it. Hopefully, you're going to stick around for a while. Crew Dragon. So Judy said the works are good. Yeah, you're right, Judy. These are really good works. Horses coming in from Keeneland. So I had some time. Umberto Rispoli for John Sadler. I think John Sadler is going to have a hell of a meet. You know who is really tough for me to leave out at Del Mar? It just seems like if you key him, he loses. If you leave him out, he beats you. You know who I'm talking about, right? Peter Miller. Watch out for Peter Miller. I mean, he's won this meet a few times. Hey, Trish. Thoughts on the 11? None above the law. All right, let's look. All right, so 8 furlongs. Horses cutting back. 62, 64. I mean, the horse is a 70 group here on the synthetic, but that was a higher GSR. So on the turf, good. This is a tougher group. Doesn't have a ton of speed. Won by a length and a half against a 64 group. And I think, and that was at Golden Gate Fields. and draws the 11 hole. It is a Scotty long shot. But what's up, Aaron? Always good to have you, my man. Yeah, we're just chilling. Sitting over here at the pool right now in Del Mar is so surreal considering last year and how depressing it was. And we're just sitting there talking horses. It's great, you know? And what we're seeing right now is that the card is absolutely brutal tomorrow. And so you have to key on a few of these singles, okay? So we're looking for these horses that we can key. And we think we found one in race number 3, the 8, so far. So we haven't looked at race number 10 yet. Starter allowance for $50,000, 3 and up. Purse is $38,000. I like that these purses are good. That's just a starter allowance, and the purses are good. Mount Pellier has a 1%, 20 to 1 on the E morning line, I think, right? 50 to 1. So we can throw that horse out. Willie the Cobbler, 24%. I have a note on the horse 3 back. Not a great trip, needs pace. And 1 against a 44 group, maiden special weight over at Los Alamitos. Those are much weaker than what's going to be at Del Mar. I can tell you that right now. Because a lot of the horses were preparing for Del Mar. The horse is going to have to improve tremendously. Much tougher group. Yeah, that's a 40. So when the mean is 50 for a maiden race, and you're at 44, I mean that's much weaker, right? Mongolian Legend, the 4-horse, ran decent at a 50, 2 back, got second against 4 other horses. Only 4%, 6 to 1 on the morning line, but 30 to 1 on the E morning line. This horse is not going to go off at 4 to 1 or 6 to 1. Don't like it. Not a Scotty long shot, nothing. So we can confidently 50 to 1, 4% on the 3, 15 to 1 here. We'll just look at the 3 horse real quickly. Horse has done nothing but win at 48 group. Now is against a 54. We can get rid of that horse probably. Active account is the 5. One first time out. These are the type of horses that scare the absolute bejesus out of me because they can improve, especially when you're looking at a race. If you're going to see a horse at 4% win, it's going to be in a race where the top win percentage is only 24%. Okay? Willie the Cobbler won last time out, but that was a 44 group. Did it easy. E morning line 12 to 1, 5 to 1 in the morning line. That's a negative to me. Took charge the 12. Scotty Longshot has speed. So, but going 8 furlongs, this is going to be your front runner. Baltus, Mario Gutierrez, 65 GSR, so that's the highest. So, going to be really, really tough, right? Gate to wire possibly for the 12. It's possible. This horse is stretching out, going from turf to dirt. 70 GSR, drops a little bit, not too bad. Second time starter, Kent DeSormo. Yeah, I think this horse has some merit. Number 8 and race number 10. All right, let's look. Albizu. This horse is good. Stretching out. The GSR is a little bit less, but stumbled and got second in that race. But that was a 56 group. So it was decent. Yeah, I could see the 8. 7 to 2 on the morning line, 7 to 1 on the E morning line. That is a negative, but it likes the 2 a little bit. The 12 isn't also eligible? Yeah. Uncle Jeff? Oh, you like that, huh, Jeff? I think that horse is live, though, Jeff, too. All right, let's look at Oxbridge. Doug O'Neill. Oh, this horse has speed as well. So if the 12 gets in, it's okay, right? I mean, he's going to, well, the GSR is very good. Okay, hold on here. The GSR is very good. I will say that. Been running on the turf, but this horse, look at the tab, 72. 15%. I like this horse. The thing about it is I don't think this horse can rate. And if there's speed in here, who's coming from behind? So the 2 would be a must use. But also, so now we want to play. So of the front runners, would you like the 2 or the 12? The 12's on that outside post. The 2's going to have to get the lead from the inside. 2's got an advantage to get the lead. That hurts the 12 automatically. Okay? Automatically. Now, who's the best closer in the field? That is not going to be an easy answer because you have a horse here that's stretching out. It most likely won't be this horse. If you can't look on paper and see one race where this horse can win. Yeah, you can't. This 2 horse could be really tough on the lead. I would agree. Could be very tough. 2 to 1 in the morning line, 5 to 1. By the way, too, in a horse like this is fantastic because you get 5 to 1 in the morning line. So to find a single, if you decide to single and this horse wins, to find a single in a race like this, especially on a day where all the races look tough, this late pick 5 could pay enormous. So if you are able to find a confident horse, this is an example of one that possibly could go gate to wire, especially if the 12 gets scratched, or maybe the 12 just can't get the lead because it's so wide. So, I mean, maybe. It's a strong possibility though. The longest night. You got it? See it. You got my my card. Yeah. Here.
I might call Joe into getting down here tomorrow.
Let's see here. You got that card?
We're gonna do something tomorrow. You ever come to Vegas? I'm gonna text you. Call me. I live in Vegas. You need
I
anything?
love Vegas.
You need anything?
Love Vegas. Love Vegas.
All right.
You look great. I'm really happy. And you know what? Your attitude is amazing. Especially when something like that happens.
I didn't even know you didn't really get this thing.
See, and that's the opposite.
I tell you every day, more than a
We're going to be the
I'm really happy. And to see attitude and what you're ready to defend.
Oh yeah, forget it.
Yeah, I hope you call.
We're doing the show because they're doing the show. HBO special. You're gonna love the show. It's 13. No, I'm here all the time.
Yeah,
I'm home. Where you have?
I'm starting on.
Where you have?
I'm doing the process of the dawn. So I'll be tomorrow.
Okay, so I'll look for you.
Yeah.
And
And
listen.
then when you'll see me when you hit me up.
No, I know. I recognize you somewhere. Yeah, that's what. And you ever come to everything's on you. You call me because you go to Italian American off the strip and I take you to Barry. Barry's like my brother. You come to Barry. Barry had the Scotch 80s and 9 steaks. Michael Morton's my good buddy from there. Then on the Hard Rock, we'll have a nice day. But I know you're busy right here.
Text me.
But the special showed me, it's about Jerry's Bus. Red Auburn, Frank Moriana.
I know Frank on the phone.
My friend Steve Burgess.
I played poker with Frank.
Okay, so he was the guy who always straightened things out for Jerry. And they're doing this HBO special, 13 episodes about it, and they brought Jordan, and they brought a bird to Boston, and Marcus to LA, and the whole thing is wrapped around that. And my friend Steve Burgess, who you might know, those good friends who used to play that. Yeah, it was legendary play that, 3 ponies, and he's there. He's playing Frank Moriana.
Remember like the Forum Club?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
How old are you? You're getting like me. Yeah, 59.
Yeah.
59.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
I love this game. No, I'm in Vegas all the time.
And I'm going to say, go to the university.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'll text you when I get back to the room.
Text my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm doing it more like a friend of mine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I run the hang
I'm
out
so
with you
glad
guys and
you
talk
did.
about the horse.
Absolutely.
You know what I
We're
mean?
going to for sure do it. And I'm here the entire meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me your first name.
Scott, it's on there. Yeah. It should be cocktails and handicapping. That's not a bad idea, actually. Let's see. How much time do I have for you guys? All right. I know it's been kind of more casual. I get it, but we're just doing our thing and handicapping and going through the races and going through these horses, and it's tough, and maybe finding some angles. But a lot of what we're talking about right now, it'll hit you, and tomorrow when the scratches come in, you'll have a better idea of maybe what to do. Right? You'll know that it's tough or whatever. So this is kind of the way it's going to be. And meeting nice people. This gentleman was really, really nice, and horse player, and yeah, he was listening, and that's pretty cool. It's got a good vibe down here. You can tell people are excited to be back. So yeah, I know oh, by the way, yeah, I've got new business cards. So because the guys that my team is always giving me a hard time that I never have my cards with me. Right. So yeah, I'm excited. My daughter Alexis is here, and she's going to hang out with me for a couple of days. So we're going to hang out tonight. We're going to go over to the La Berge down here. If you don't know what the La Berge is, look it up. I think it's like LAUBERGE, something like that. Apostrophe A apostrophe. I don't. It's something, but a beautiful hotel. It's going to be a private party over there, thrown by Delmar, I believe. Right. So doing that, and then tomorrow I'm doing that show. You guys follow at Scotty Pick 6 at EquinEdge and check that out. And I think we're sending out an email about that too. So it's free to subscribe. And then I think we have a promo going on, by the way. I'm going to be on In the Money as well. I'm doing a podcast tomorrow for In the Money. And so check that out as well. I think that's going to be on. Well, I don't know when it's going to actually be released, but it'll be released tomorrow night. We're covering Saturday's Delmar. So you guys will have that as well. So that's going to be fun. And what else? Yeah, I'm actually want my coffee right now. Actually, I love a coffee. Where's the server? I haven't really done a show before where there's so many horse players around. You know, it's interesting. So if I talk a little bit lower, it's because people are sitting there having fun and they're being served. If the server comes up, maybe a server will come over here and I'll definitely get something to drink for sure. Phil D'Amato. By the way, Kristen Mulhall, whatever she puts on the track, don't ignore. She's on fire. Doug O'Neill's going to put a lot of horses on the track, and he's going to hit at a lower percentage. But just the way it is. John Sadler's going to do his thing. He's going to hit at 18 or 20%, and he's got a big chance of winning the meet. Vladimir Serin is another one you can't ignore. Not running a lot of them, but when he does, he wins. Same old suspects. Steve Knapp will win his fair share. Phil D'Amato, I think, has a chance of. Phil D'Amato could win this meet as well. And most of his horses are going to come on the turf. But you know what I noticed? When he runs horses on the turf, he is using like the big time jockeys, right? So you want to watch out for that. When he's running horses on the dirt, he'll ride anybody. Let's see. Trevor McCarthy, do we think he's going to have a good meet? I think he will. This is a tough group. I'm a big fan of Tyler Bass. Big fan of Tyler Bass. On the turf, though, how many different jockeys can really win on the turf? If you think about it, I mean, percentage-wise. 80% of the. So, which four jockeys would you say are going to win 80% of the turf races at Delmar this meet? You know what? That's so funny you asked that, Deb. That's so funny you asked that. I'm actually not sure. I was wondering that. They probably think I'm FaceTiming my buddy. John, it's really great to have you, and really appreciate you chiming in too. So I own John, we're here for you too. By the way, the VIP face group is really helpful too. A lot of people on there that know EquinEdge, know how to use the platform, are there to help you. You can email me, scottypick6@gmail.com. I'll be glad to help you anytime. You guys can sign up. I think I'm going to do it on, I forget the day, maybe Tuesdays, maybe it's Wednesdays. I don't know, but you'll see when you sign up that I do like a free class for new members as well. And so that's pretty cool. I did mention a lot of trainers there, and I didn't have anything to drink either, Gary. But if you had 4 jockeys, 80%, who are the 4 jockeys that are going to win on the turf? I've got them easy for me. Yeah, Tyler Bays rode a horse for me called 3 Cuties, in which I hit the pick 6 for $1.2 million. And Tyler Bays was on the horse, and I gave him instructions on how to ride my horse, and he rode it perfectly, broke perfect, and I ended up singling that horse, and I ended up hitting the pick 6 because of Tyler. So I've got an affinity for Tyler. So you're only giving 2 horses, Daryl. You got to give 4 horses. Give me 4 horses, or 4 jockeys, excuse me, that are going to be 80% winning on turf. Obviously, we know Umberto. We know it's going to be Flavian. Those are the 2. Who are the other 2? Who are the other 2? I'll tell you mine, but I want you guys to tell me yours first. You don't even have to say Flavian and Umberto. Just tell me who the other 2 are. So it's less typing for you guys, because I know how lazy you guys can be. Pat Day and Angel Cordero. Oh, my God. Of course, Scott, from you. JJ Hernandez and Victor Espinoza. I don't think Victor Espinoza is very good on the turf, personally. And I'm a big fan of Victor's. Hernandez is my 3rd one. Mike Smith never rode a horse for me. I won. Lafitte Pinkai won for me. That was a lot of fun. I don't know that Victor. You know, he had a tough spill a few years ago, right? And yeah, JJ is definitely he's the 3rd one. There's no question. I think he's going to fight for the title. Yeah, McCarthy, I'm not sure about. Who's the 4th one? I have an idea who the 4th one is. To me, it's easy. It's going to be Joe. It's going to be Joe Bravo. I think Joe Bravo, I think 80% of his races he wins are going to be on the turf. And he's on Brooklyn's best in the 5th race at Del Mar. One of only 2 horses I'm going to use. I'm going to use the 6 and 9. And 8's probably going to win the race. We'll remember that because we left him out. Look at this. The horse never breaks. Favorite in the last 3 races. Flavian Pratt jumps off. Drayden's not bad on the turf. He's actually not, but it's got to be Bravo. It's got to be Bravo. Yeah, me too, Deb. I tell you what, I met Drayden 2 years ago down here at Del Mar, and I'm not even kidding. I recognized him. He looked like he was 13 years old. I want to say he's like 23 or 24, and he was the most just mature kid. What were you doing at 22 or 23 years old? Christian Geraldo, you're not a fan of, Aaron? All right, I think this 9 horse is going to run good. Okay, let's look at race number 10. Yeah, I'm struggling with it. I don't know what the hell to do in this race. I mean, I'm going to lie to you. Right? How are we going to do it? Let's do a late pick 5, but we didn't do that. Let's see what the ticket generator is doing. So if you don't know it, the ticket generator is made up of 10 different algorithms. One of them searches for a horse to be second. Who's the horse most likely to be second? The other one is who's the horse most likely to be third. Okay? So the ticket generator is made up of 10 different algorithms, and depending on your budget and the wager type you're using, we'll use those different algorithms in different combinations. Okay? So if you play a trifecta, you might get a totally different horse on top if you played a pick 5, for example. All right. You might have to play bigger tickets tomorrow, and even then you might not do well. You're going to have to take some risks, and it certainly wouldn't be on the 12 horse for me. Doug O'Neill, Abel Cedillo. Well, of course, Del Mar has the ship and win program, right? So I forget exactly what the bonus is, but I want to say 25% or 30% or something. Oh, Brady, absolutely. Mario Gutierrez is good on the turf, but I prefer him when he's on a sprint horse on the turf. Oh, man. I'm absolutely cannot wait for the NHC. So Brady's in the NHC. I'm in the NHC. If you don't know who Brady is, Brady hosts a show called the Action Hour with Justin. And Brady and I met because he came in second in the Pegasus to yours truly. And well, Irad is just, I don't think anybody's better than Irad, period. I think Irad's the best jockey, except when he has his brother in a race, and then you're not sure if he's wants to win or not. Sorry, but it's true. But he's a great jockey. I'm not going to take that away from him. I feel like he helps open up a lane when his brother's in the race. Yeah, there's a few EE followers that have said that they're going to actually show up in Vegas. Are you going to show up? Who's going to show up? I know Brady's going to be there. I think Justin's going to be there, right? I think Justin's going to be there. By the way, their show is in about an hour from now called Action Hour. You can click on the link if you're following it at EquinEdge. By the way, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel very easily. Click on the bell, and you'll get all the notifications of our shows. So the NHC starts, I want to say August 27th. We're going to arrive August 26th. And there's a bunch of EquinEdge people that are going to actually going to be there, that are going to show up. I think I know of like 10 of them already. So there's going to be a lot of us there. We're staying at Bally's. I'm getting there on the 26th, a Thursday. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I might have a secret weapon for the NHC. I might. We may or may not be working on a simulated race. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Deb, you're not going to be there? Tyler's going to be there. All right, so, I mean, you know, here's what I'm going to tell you. You know that the sequence of races is so tough when a horse that's 20% has the 12 hole is the single. Just brutal. All right, so I'm going to take one horse at a time and see if we can eliminate some horses. 6.5 furlongs, 20,000 claimer. Let's start 3 back. The horse was off since 2019. Came back in February and almost went gate to wire against a 58 group. This horse clearly is the type of horse that needs to be on or near the lead. 6.5 furlongs. So you know that this horse is going to be near the pace. You know it. 1 against a 50 group. After that, has been kind of hovering. 54 group last time out, stretching out to 6.5. And draws the rail. I mean, it's just not my favorite, but there's also, I don't know that I'm going to love any horse in here. This horse barely went gate to wire against a 46 group, going 8 furlongs, but it's cutting back in distance now, and only been 6.5 furlongs one time. Faced a tougher group last time out, going around the hook over at Los Alamitos. Those races can be tough, and sometimes the best horses don't win because it's such a specialized race that some horses just good at. Yeah, and look at Milton Pineda. I mean, this guy is 25%. All right, so I can't. And it's a Scotty Longshot, by the way. This horse, 48 group. Coming back at the same level as last time. Went off at 9-2, ran 3rd against 5 other horses. Prior to that, one against a 48 group, barely. I just say, like, this is not my type of horse. Juan Hernandez is aboard. I'm looking at it, but, like, I'm not loving the 3. How's that, too? You know, it could have made the 3 the Scotty Longshot, right? But it didn't. It made the 2. Does that tell you something about the 2? It made the 2 the Scotty Longshot. Interesting, right? Look at all the different horses it could have made the Scotty Longshot. And it made the 2. Just a thought. All right, so 4 back this horse. So 5 back. Let's see here. So how has this horse done since it came back? Came in, bumped the start. against a 60 group and was placed 4th. This horse didn't run bad. Went on the turf last time out, and this 7 horses at 15-1, a price play, 12%. This horse is extremely live for Dan Blacker. I could not say this horse can't win this race. And maybe the 12 horse goes off with a favorite, but it is wide. Faced 5 other horses last time out, going 7 furlongs. This is such a vulnerable favorite, so vulnerable. And, you know, Doug is bringing this horse right back at the same level he claimed it for. Can win, but this horse is going to be wide as well. How about the 10? This horse was off since 2020 of August. Broke last from the rail. Lost footing off slow. And now I can't say that the 10 horse can't run good, but it's not a horse I love. 7-1 in the E morning line is not good. Right? School starting. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks.
No. Looks good though. Right? It must be good. No, okay, I appreciate that.
Okay, so when you have tough races like this, sometimes we've talked about this, make 1 or 2 changes. That's it. 1 or 2 changes, and if you're right about those changes, like, could this one horse really go gate to wire?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this horse won and has been off since November, and that was a 42 group. So a race in the fall here at Del Mar. This 3 horse is going to the lead. I mean, could the 1 really get there?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the 8 horse for Mark Ladd and Juan Hernandez? Do you realize the trip that this 8's going to get? Beat a 60 group for fun. I know it was a starter allowance group, but beat it for fun. 3 wins in 5 tries. Didn't run well on the turf. And look at this. That was a 58 at GSR. Wasn't supposed to run good. Then drew the rail. But last 2 races has really picked it up and won for fun. And been heavily bet. I see a really good trip here for the 8, if the 8's good enough. I really do. You know what I would do too? I would really lean towards the GSRs.
We are here.
All right.
We're down here for 690.
All right. Let me ask, how far do you go back in horses races to handicap his stat for his next race? David, I'm not sure I understand the question. Are you asking how far back the system goes as far as looking at horses? Each horse? Like when you're talking about... Ask it a different way. I think I understand what you're saying, but before I answer you, ask me again. I normally wouldn't like a horse like the 6 horse, Mr. Dougie Fresh, but Peter Miller takes over. And this horse is like right there almost every time. The only time this horse didn't run good was in the grade 3 tomfoolery, tomfool handicap. And it was a 72 SOR, and the horse broke 8th from the rail. Other than that, tell me what this horse has done wrong. And now Peter Miller takes over? And then I think the 3 and the 1 are vulnerable. They both seem to have the same style. I don't know. How far back do I personally go, or how far back does the system go? Who's the best long shot? I'll tell you what, I'm going to guesstimate that this late pick 5, if you can just find a single or 2 somehow and get lucky, this thing could pay really a lot. Maybe this 2-horse Oxbridge is the single. Maybe it is. Is literally the system not even using the 2? I mean, look at this. It's not even using it. I'm sorry, but no. How about that? Now let's see what it does. Okay. So you have a horse like this too. 6-1 on the morning line, 15-1 on the E morning line. Horses like that don't normally win. The 8 horse, only 2%, 6-1 the morning line, 10-1 the morning line. They don't usually win. I think the 1 horse Harvard Memories is a really interesting horse. Second Scotty pick. This horse has really good form. Like, why can't this horse win? 8-1 in the morning line is crazy. Horse has never been this distance, has a very good GSR. Nothing wrong with that. Faced a 70 group last time out and won easy. This horse on its way up. Only 5 races, been the money in all 5. Like, why is this horse getting no love? Especially in a race that seems like absolutely wide open. You can also lean on this average SOR. You can sort that, and that'll kind of get, so you look at the 2 horse, right? Fighting Force. If you look at that horse, it's a 72 GSR, which is the second highest, and 66 average SOR. 6-1 in the morning line, but 15-1 in the E morning line. I mean, you're seeing a pattern here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this horse either. Drayden Van Dyke's aboard. You're going to get a price in this race. Personally, I don't go back far. I mean, unless it's, I needed to, like, let's just say the horse was on a turf race 8 races ago and I haven't seen him since. Maybe I would look at that and see what the SOR is. But personally, I don't go back very far. I really do want to see current form. In a race like this where you have 2, this horse has only raced 2 times this year, I'll look back here and see a little bit. This horse is on turf. And I might look at this and see how the horse has done consistently. And look at all 3 tries this 5 horseman on the turf has run good first or second. Mandela, Mike Smith, 12-1 in a race that's wide open. Nothing wrong with, and by the way, been in the money in all 3 tries and has a 75 GSR. Nothing wrong with this horse. Nothing wrong at all. Working steadily as well. No gaps to speak of. This horse is working really nicely. Pulled and brushed in that last race and in tight and still ran like that and barely lost. This horse is no way going off at 12-1. What's the E morning line? 15-1. See, that's just the type of race this is. I would definitely have to use the 5. This is one of the toughest races on the card. Yeah. All right, I'm going to stay with you guys for about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to have to jet. Look at the top morning line here is 9-2, 4-1. Look at the morning line. Bench Judge, the 6 horse, who's Scotty's long shot. These horses win a lot. I'll tell you that right now. Now, it does have a low GSR, but in a race where the top win percentage is only 20% and 10-1 on the morning line and the EE morning line, you have a horse that's 12-1 on the morning line, 10%, which competes in this field. Scotty long shot, but is 4-1 on the EE morning line. This horse is going to get bet down. There's no way that this horse is tactical. Here's a horse. Absolutely deserves a look. 5 furlongs. Never been 5 furlongs before, so people don't know how to read it. Has never really done that great at Del Mar, though. Oh, but Del Mar had gone long. Throw that out. This is an interesting horse. Really ran a good race last time out, but only against 5 of the horses. Comes back at the same level in a wide open race for Peter Miller, Juan Hernandez. Great jockey trainer combination. If you throw out the race 2 back, was 5 to 6 wide, had a 57 GSR. You have to throw that race out. You see what I'm talking about? So look at that race 2 back. 5.5 on the dirt at Santa Anita. It was a 57 GSR. Oh, but this is a 55 here. This is a 55. God, why do I still like this horse? I don't like the GSR. Horse had a 68 GSR and ran better. You see when the horses has a 72. Look at those GSRs. And then has that poor GSR and runs like hell. That's how good the GSR is. It is so good. Oh man, yeah, that the current race GSR is really throwing me off. I gotta be honest. What about this one horse? Shuffled and checked and pulled, broke last at 9-1 and still won that race, and has a 69 GSR. Wow. Maybe this is the horse. Look at these workouts. Wow, these workouts are tremendous. Look at since that last race, June 19th, a bullet, 47 flat. Look at that, 18 of 58, 8 of 75, a bullet here, 1 of 66 for Brian Corner. Do you think this horse breaks good and maybe goes gate to wire? Corner can train. You got Edwin Maldonado aboard. Edwin Maldonado is usually known for being on the lead, right? And he won with a horse that broke last. What if this horse is probably fast as hell, and we just can't see it on paper. From the rail. Interesting horse. Tough race. Eddie Haskell, I mean, obviously this horse was a very nice horse. I mean, was in the Breeders' Cup Sprint and went off at 5-1, but obviously had a tendon and now in for $40,000. Ask yourself, I'm not saying you don't use this horse, but would you claim this horse right now for $40,000? And I tell you what the answer would be. Absolutely not. So it wouldn't be a single, right? McWhorter, tactical, lightly raced, ran good last time out against a 56 group, but now has to go up 8 points. I don't like it. I don't like the post. The horse is most likely going to get a wide trip. I don't like how the horse barely won the race and now has to go up 8 points in GSR. I don't like it. Wouldn't be my favorite. Richard, okay. How about this as a possible single? I think the 7 is vulnerable a little bit with Flavian Pratt. I think 62 GSR. You might want to. You know what? Maybe the 7 and 9. Maybe that's what it is. I like the 9 under Joe Bravo, Richard Baltas. Look at that combination. Who's going to go with this horse? I don't think anybody can go with the 9, right? No. 1 is an interesting long shot. I will say that. You got that GSR, so you maybe take the top GSR. Yes, I know the 2 horses have been in the money in all 4 tries, but look at the average SOR. It's a 60. Well, that's actually not bad in this field. Little Juanito. Barely won last time, but that was a 60, but it's been off a while. Man, oh man. Nine's an interesting horse. So I think we'll do an overview here, and then I'm going to have to let you guys go. But don't forget tomorrow. Got that show tomorrow. Got the podcast tomorrow, but you can't watch that until it comes out. Bring the money. And then I have the show with Ray Pollock. You can see that. That's going to be live on dmtc.com. Plus, I think we're going to send out an email on that. And you can, that's at 9 o'clock Pacific. Then I'm doing the simulcast with John Lees at 1:05, I believe. tomorrow Pacific at Del Mar. All right. And I think I'm gonna take a lot of pictures and video this meet. And also, if I feel like I have a good opinion when I see horses in person as well, especially some of these younger horses like 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. So if I see something, I might, if you follow me at Scotty Pick 6, I'll probably tweet that out. Okay. So race number 1, I like the Gray Magician. This is a big drop. I would probably lean towards the 5. Okay. I'm waiting for scratches. Race number 2, first time starter. I like the 2 and 9 best. This GSR is 11 points higher than the next closest horse on the 2. I think the 9 gets a perfect trip from that post. You're not going to get 8-1. Doug O'Neill, Abel Cedillo. This horse could probably run in race number 3, the 8. But I had a couple of long shots in the 1 and the 6. Okay. 1 and the 6. But I think the 8's a single, 48% horse. It's the only one where we're getting 48%. Every other one is like top win percentage, 20%. Crazy like this. Look at this, top win percentage 14%. Didn't have a solid opinion, but I did like the top 2 GSRs. They're well ahead of the others. I'm going to say 6 and 10, leaning towards the 10 a bit. Top Scotty Pick as well. The 1 horse, what was the story with the 1 again? Don't you forget. This horse had some trouble over at Gulfstream Park. Comes here for Peter Miller. Flavian Pratt jumps aboard. This horse might be tough. I'm going to say 1, 6, 10, okay? And then in race number 5, I'm leaning towards the 6 and 9. Race number 6.
You're lucky you got a piece because she offered it to us. And we're like, no.
This was extremely tough race for me. If you force me to pick 1 horse, I'm going to say the 9, top GSR. Race number 7. I'm worried about this distance for the 7 horse. I know he's going to be finishing Flavian Pratt. I'm definitely worried about the distance. The 1 horse for Brian Corner is extremely interesting. Little Juanito is interesting. The 9 horse could go gate to wire. I mean, if you just said you have 1 horse.
Have a good night.
I want to say the 6, but I'm really having a hard time with that low GSR. You going to go to Vegas, Judy? Right on. Hey, Mike. Good luck to you guys tomorrow. I'm going to, I'll be back with you guys. By the way, on the simulcast, I'm going to handicap obviously after scratches. So if you want to listen to the simulcast with me and John Lees tomorrow at 105, you can go again, whatever your ADW is, you'll see this. You'll see the simulcast. You can watch me, and I'll be there. So I'll have a stronger opinion tomorrow after the scratches come in, and I look at this a little bit closer. I'll also be on the End of Money podcast. We'll be covering. If you watch that, you can probably see it tomorrow night. I'm sure they'll release it, and we're covering the San Diego. That's on Saturday, race number 10. I have a strong opinion actually in that race. So I'm going up against Ray Pollock as well, and we'll be covering the San Diego as well. So hopefully the horse I love can win. I'm just going to say this about this horse, okay? This horse has been facing better horses. 4 races ago, this horse raced. His tactical broke from the rail against a 64 group and barely lost, okay? And then it was in the Lost in the Fog over Golden Gate Field, a 74 group. And then in a grade 3, still didn't run terribly, lost by 2.5 lengths. Then a 68 group broke last. I mean, 8's kind of a possible long shot. Kind of like the 8 a little bit. I'm just going to say you should just use the 8, okay? Of course, it kind of caught my eye. Damning Eddie. By Square Eddie. Andrew Lerner is a very good trainer, 16%. My man Tyler was aboard in a race that looks wide open. There seems to be a lot of speed in here, cheap speed. The reason I'm not loving the 1 is I don't like the rail, okay? And then the 7, I think, might have a trouble coming from behind. The 9, there's something about the 9 I don't love, but the horse can go gate to wire. The 6 horse, I'm not liking the GSR. The 10 horse I really didn't like, and the 5 horse might need the race. It's leaving me on the 8 and maybe the 2 a little bit. I'm liking the 2 as well, but the 2 barely won that last race, and these types of horses don't usually win back-to-back. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards the minors on this horse. Also on the inside post as well. Don't love that. I do think the 8 gets a really good trip, so maybe the 8 horse, okay? In race number 8, I'm trying to beat the 3 and the 1. I'm trying to beat them both, recognizing that the 3 horse could go gate to wire. If I had only 1 horse, it would be the 4. It'd be the 4. In race number 9, I think the 2 horse Fighting Force is a horse you have to look at. Okay. And I like the 1 as well. And I put the 5 as a must use. So 1, 2, and 5. I don't like the post of the 13. Knowing that the 13 can beat me, I didn't really care for the 11 that much. This is a big jump up. I don't think this horse is as good as it is on the synthetic on the turf. That's just my opinion. And I don't like the 11 hole. So I'm looking somewhere else. Yeah, the 5 a must use, right? So I definitely like the 5, but I'm going to say 1, 2, 5, something like that. And in race number 10, I'm going to say the 2 horse can go gate to wire. I didn't like the 7 horses race. I put weak race. The horse is 9-1 in the morning line. This horse is not easy to go win first time out. 6 other horses, 50,000 maiden claimer. Starter allowance is perfect. Vladimir Sorin wins his fair share of races. Horse has tactical speed, stretching out. I'm going to say 2 and 11. I'm going to say the top 2 Scotty picks. What I'm going to say. Okay? All right, you guys. Don't forget Action Hour is going to be coming up in about a half hour from now. And good to be with you guys. Don't forget the simulcast tomorrow at 1:05. Got the podcast in the money. And I've got we're going to be on with Ray Pollock tomorrow as well. Check your email and follow us. And I wish you all the best tomorrow. And don't forget, if you watch the feed, the simulcast feed over at Del Mar, then I'll dial these races in a little bit more. So I'm going to wait for the scratches before I do. And I hope you guys have a good night. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot for joining. I'll see you later.